You know, when you start digging into your family history, it's kind of like being a detective. You think you're just going to find a list of names and dates, but sometimes you uncover a story that takes you to the most incredible, unexpected places. Today, we're going to follow one of those journeys, and trust me, it leads to a truly surprising family tree.
I mean, come on, we've all joked about it, right? The idea that somewhere way back in your lineage, there's a secret connection to kings and queens. It sounds like something straight out of a movie, a detail lost to time.
Well, for L. Samantha Weiss, this isn't a joke or a movie plot. It is her actual, documented history. Her story starts right here, in the present day. But we're about to jump in a time machine and trace her family back through centuries, and it is a wild ride.
So, our journey kicks off where most family tree searches do, with the recent past. We're starting with Elle's father and working our way back, generation by generation, through Scotland. Okay, so let's do this. We start with her dad, Robert Wise. We trace back to her grandfather, John, then her great-grandmother, Catherine, and so on. See how we're building this chain? These are the names that create the foundation of her modern family, stretching from the 20th century all the way back into the 1800s. And this timeline really grounds the family in a specific place and time. From the birth of Agnes Mackey way back in 1761 to her great-granddaughter Isabella almost 100 years later, this was clearly a Scottish family, just living their lives, seemingly ordinary folks. And these Scottish roots, they go even deeper. As we push past the 1700s, we find the Reed and Laurie families, which takes us all the way into the 1600s. So, for all intents and purposes, this is a story of everyday's Scottish heritage. But that is all about to change. Dramatically. And right here, this is where the story takes a turn that honestly nobody could have seen coming. The family line makes this jaw-dropping leap from the fields of Scotland directly into the royal courts of England. This is the million-dollar question, isn't it? We have this solid, documented line of everyday Scottish people. So where is the link to nobility? How is that even possible? The entire story pivots on this one man, John Lowery, sometimes spelled Laurie, born in 1543. He is the bridge between these two completely different worlds. And the secret isn't really about him. It's about the identity of his very powerful, very noble father. It turns out John Laurie was the illegitimate son of Sir Thomas Darcy. We're talking about a major English nobleman, a Knight of the Order of the Garter, which is one of the highest honors you could get. This single connection just catapults the entire family line out of Scotland and smack into the middle of English high society. But hold on, the story doesn't stop there. Because that connection to Sir Thomas Darcy, it doesn't just open a door to the aristocracy. No, it opens the door to the throne itself. We are about to uncover a direct line to one of the most famous and infamous royal dynasties in all of history, the Tudors. Okay, stick with me. Here's how the dots connect. Sir Thomas Darcy's mother was a Wentworth, a really powerful noble family. And his aunt, so his mother's sister, was another Lady Elizabeth Wentworth. And her story, well, that's the key to everything. So, this Lady Wentworth, she had a daughter who would go on to marry a king famous for his 6 wives. And she would give him the one thing he wanted more than anything in the world, a son and heir. Any idea who we're talking about? That's right, Queen Jane Seymour, the 3rd wife of King Henry VIII and the mother of the future King Edward VI. Through that Darcy and Wentworth line, Elle Wise is related to Jane Seymour's family. This makes the Tudor queen her first cousin 16 times removed. Just wow. I mean, just stop and think about this contrast for a second. On one side, you've got Agnes Mackey, a Scottish woman from the 18th century. On the other, Queen Jane Seymour, living 2 centuries earlier. Worlds apart in time and status, and yet they are part of the very same family line. It's a breathtaking journey. But believe it or not, the royal line goes back even further. You see, before the Tudors, there were the Plantagenets. And the whole reason the Tudors came to power was because of a brutal civil war that put Henry VIII's father on the throne. The Tudor claim to the throne was literally forged in the fire of the Wars of the Roses. This was a decades-long, bloody struggle between 2 rival branches of the same family, the Plantagenets, the House of Lancaster against the House of York. It all stems from one king, Edward III.
Both sides, the Lancastrians, the line that led to the Tudors, and their rivals, the Yorks, trace their ancestry directly back to him. So this family tree isn't just a personal history, it's practically a map of England's greatest royal conflicts. So after this incredible journey through time, what does it all tell us? I think it shows us that history isn't some distant, dusty thing. It's woven into the very fabric of our families, often in ways we can't even begin to imagine. 19. Just 19 generations. That's all that separates a queen who shaped Tudor history from a woman living today. It's such a powerful reminder of how close the past really is. Every single one of us is part of an unbroken chain stretching back through time. Elle Wise's stories started with a simple search and ended with a queen. It really makes you wonder, doesn't it? What amazing dramas, what unexpected connections, and what forgotten stories are just waiting to be discovered in your own family tree?